Siamo pronti per partire nelle remote steppe dell'Uzbekistan. Tra poco 16 monociclisti e un gruppo di ciclisti partiranno verso quelle montagne altissime laggiù per arrivare fino a Samarcanda tra 2 settimane.
You got any words for the camera?
Help!
We've nearly reached the end of the first day. We've been riding on rocky terrain, there's been a lot of bull dust. It's psyched a few riders out. There's a number of people who've never ridden in conditions like this before, but it's been a fairly short day's riding, so it's been fun. And we're here on the edge of the lake. We've only got about 1 kilometre or 2 to go, and we arrive where we set up camp. Yay!
Yes!
We have had a real variety today. When we woke up this morning it was drizzling and the rain got heavier, it got cool and it all looked a bit unpleasant. We arrive here, we're camping here now, it's warm, it's pleasant, everyone's happy. Today was our rest day here in, we have no idea where. We're in Uzbekistan, we're in the hills, it's dry, it's rocky, and it looked like we were going to have a nice, fun, dry day where we could wash clothes and chill out. This morning we went for a walk up the mountain. It was meant to be 2 hours, took about 4.5 hours. We came back exhausted just as the rain came in. And you can hear now the rain is happening, it's dripping behind me. There's some unicycles here, people have put them here to get them out of the weather because they're hoping tomorrow they'll have a dry unicycle to ride in. We're hoping that will be redundant because it'll stop raining by tomorrow, but we'll find out when the sun comes up. Well, yesterday was a nice warm day when we woke up and we thought it might be nice and warm today. Last night it rained and it seemed really cold. And believe it or not, I'm advised by people who live in Canada and know these things, that's fresh snow up on the mountain in the distance. And that explains why, even though it looks like it could be warm, we're all freezing our butts off. Anyway, bye.
We told you, in Hollywood studios.
What's to say, I'm working with amateurs.
If you enjoyed freezing in the wind, you would really enjoy the climb into Sob Gorge. Yes, it really is called that. Well, last night we had a new experience. I have never before camped in the snow. And while it didn't snow like this where the campsite was, it was pretty cold. The estimate was something like minus 10 degrees. And now we're going through the pass in the mountains, walking up through the snow. It's too steep and too rough to ride. Some of us have tried, but we've done the sensible thing, put the unicycles in the sag wagon, and we're just walking. And as you see from around here, this is beautiful scenery. We have been advised that Uzbekistan is mostly flat. And it is true to say that at the start of this tour we did a fair bit of flat riding. But this particular part isn't flat. We've been climbing now for 2 hours, hiking because it's too steep to ride. We've got 4 kilometres to go, and look at the scenery behind. That is 4 kilometres to the top of the mountain. Now the fun really begins. We spent some kilometres riding across the top through some light snow. Snow was never mentioned in the tour itinerary, so this is an unexpected bonus. There was even enough snow to have a snowball fight. But the general trend was downhill, and the snow gradually dwindled, then disappeared. Did I say downhill? With a group of conservative, risk-averse cyclists like this lot, downhill means only one thing: as fast as we can go. Exhilarating is the only word to describe this section of the tour. This was the most fun riding we had for the whole tour. When I passed Tim on the steep downhill section, it was purely a controlled crash. Sadly, it came to an end. Which brings us to our final riding day. Accompanied by a couple of boys on a donkey who thought following a bunch of unicyclists was way more interesting than going to school. The hills still wore a dusting of snow, so we were not sweltering in the heat. Today continued downhill, out of the mountains and back to suburbia. This ended the cycling phase of the tour. From now on, we were mostly sightseeing. Uzbekistan has a long history of civilization, so we were treated to such quintessential sights as mosques, markets, mausoleums, men standing around with hands in pockets, more mosques, ancient castles. Finally, in Samarkand, the tour was over and we dispersed back to our corners of the globe, ready to prepare for the next tour.